Hello guys, my name is Philip, and today I want to talk about two things, and one sort of is a result of the other. So I want to start with the first thing, which is that lately I've been sort of automatically actually just gravitated towards more healthy food, and I think it's much because of NoFap actually, because you sort of get into a different mind state when you start doing NoFap. You go, well, I'm doing NoFap because it's good for my life. Pretty much generally that's the reason why you do NoFap, because it benefits your life, right? So then you go, well, but what else can I do to benefit my life? Because you already experienced these NoFap benefits and you're like, wow, this is really good. Actually, having a good life is like better than just giving into sort of short-term highs, I guess you could say, such as orgasms or cakes. It kind of is the same thing. It's just a temporary high that you get, a temporary dopamine boost. And so you already have this NoFap lifestyle where you notice that it benefits your life, because instead of just having these small highs, you're high all the time, because of that. And then you go, well, but what other thing can I change in my lifestyle to make it even better, to get even higher? Because at least in my case, I've sort of gotten to the point in NoFap now that my benefits, my sort of NoFap benefits, have sort of plateaued. The benefits are sort of slowing down, I guess. It's not. I'm not sort of experiencing new benefits every day like it was in the first sort of 50 days. It's more sort of constant, sort of flat line. It's a high flat line, but it is a flat line, I guess. It's a plateau, I think is the best way to call it. So then I just go, well, what else can I do to get even higher? What else can I do to get to the next plateau, the next mountaintop, right? Because you wanna increase even more. So then I just sort of say no to sugar, I guess, because that's just sort of how I've slowly gotten more into healthy foods. Is I'm always just sort of choosing the healthier alternative. Instead of Nutella on the bread, I'm doing, mackerel and tomato sauce on the bread. It's a sort of a spread that we have in Norway. It's called makrell i tomat, and it's mackerel in tomato, basically. And so instead of Nutella, I'm choosing that. So that's one thing, and then the next, maybe just instead of candy, I'm just eating a proper meal, or just healthier snacks like berries, or well, instead of another great example, it's actually after I go to the gym, I always eat a sort of big lunch, as a sort of fast food item, I guess you could call it. And first off, I used to go to this place called Big Bites, which is a bit like Subway, and they have this sort of greasy Subway sandwiches, right? But now lately I've gone to another place which is called Food for You, which sells like really healthy wraps with couscous and peppers and salmon and stuff like that, instead of like cheese and barbecue sauce and that sort of stuff. So that's another thing that I've just started doing, just more food that sort of boosts me, because it's until quite recently actually, it's always been, after I've gone to the gym, after I worked out hard, I'm done. Like I'm really tired and I need to take a nap or something to get back up again. Now I can just eat and be back up again because I eat better. And it's that simple. I don't even know I didn't realize that until now. I used to eat like scrambled eggs and mayonnaise because I thought that was like, yeah, that's a weight gainer, right? but now just sort of stopped giving a shit about this whole weight gaining thing, and just more focusing on what gives me the most energy, what brings me the highest up, because that's so much more important than gaining weight. That's so much more important than just being bulky, is the energy. That is the best feeling, to just be amped up all the time. So I also recommend that to other people, instead of drinking chocolate milk and eating scrambled eggs in high amounts every time after the gym, because that gives you muscle and that gains your weight. You should rather focus on what gives you the most energy. What foods just boost you up, just pow, because you're gonna feel much better. And also, in the long run, I'd argue that you will actually gain more weight from that, because you will be capable of working out more, because you will have that energy. That energy stays in you, right? That energy, it doesn't just go away. If you have a generally healthy diet, you're always gonna be that energetic. You're always gonna be that amped up, because you're always eating healthy. So if you just make that a lifestyle, if you just make that a habit, just always eat healthy, you're gonna the next day have enough energy to work out, and you're gonna have enough energy to work out the next day, the next day, the next day, and before you know it, you're working out more. Which then again, it makes you gain weight, because that you can't just eat protein. The protein has to actually go into your muscles and feed your muscles, really. So you can't just eat a bunch of protein and be strong. No, you have to eat food that, protein also is very good, but the right kind of protein, not big steaks and hamburgers and scrambled eggs. You gotta eat like chickpeas and salmon and stuff like that. It's it's gonna boost you to new levels, because again, as I said, it gives you protein, which of course is good for muscle gain, but it also gives you the energy to work out the next day, and then you can repeat that process, and you can repeat that process more often. You can work out almost every day. You shouldn't really work out every single day, because you have to rest sometimes, but I work out now probably 5 times a week, and it's just like I'm just pow pow. It's I have much more energy than I've ever had before, and yeah, it's much because of NoFap, but also NoFap only gets you that high. It's not a magic pill that will get you up to the stars. NoFap can only get you that high. So how do you get even higher? Well, you do other good lifestyle choices, such as eating healthy, such as working out correctly, working out in a way that gives you more energy. That's also another thing that I've started doing. I remember my personal trainer, back when I had a personal trainer, he recommended me to not run, because my goal was to gain 7 kilos, right? To gain 7 kilos, that was my goal. So he told me to not run, because that makes you lose weight, right? But now I just sort of realized that it's much more important than gaining weight is to exercise in a way that boosts your energy, and running really boosts my energy. It's also is a great way to get rid of sexual frustration, which is almost non-existent for me now. But it still happens. I still get these urges, and I'm just like, fuck, I need to run, right? So I just do that, and it's like the best way of getting rid of it. You just run for like 10 or 20 kilometers. It's completely gone, because you get it all out, and it's a much better way to get rid of your frustration than breaking things. And we know it's this sort of stereotypical video game addicted brat that destroys controllers and destroys consoles and stuff like that. The reason why this brat is doing that is because he doesn't have a healthy way of getting rid of frustration, getting rid of all that energy, because all men, this is sort of, I guess I could call it a bad masculine trait in a sense, but if you learn how to channel it correctly, it is actually a good masculine trait. And that is that we have all this aggression, we have all this frustration, this sort of aggressive energy inside of us that we need to get out sometimes. And if you just sit inside and play video games all the time and you don't have a healthy way of getting rid of it, you don't you don't swim, you don't ride a bicycle, you don't run, you don't lift weights, you don't do anything of any of that, you're just gonna end up destroying a bunch of things. So I think that's why these video game addicted brats are doing these things. And you know, it's like this funny compilations on YouTube and shit with, you know, these complete losers that they just, you know, they throw their Xboxes on the wall and they completely rage because they got killed before a nuke, or I don't fucking know. And it's because they're addicted to this virtual world, and they have all this aggression inside of them that never gets out in a good way, because they're just sitting on their ass. So if you're ever feeling aggressive, if you're ever feeling frustrated, just run or lift weights or do something like that, because or else you're gonna, I don't know, beat someone up or something. It's serious. So that's also another thing I want to sort of mention again. I think I mentioned this before, but just stay humble, because men, I mean, there are masculine traits that we have to be sort of careful about, such as this aggression thing, that we need to just acknowledge that it exists, and that I think all men have this sort of evil sort of wife beater inside of them. But we need to get rid of that by you know, working out, by just getting a better mindset about how to treat other people. Try to just do better lifestyle choices. Eat healthy, have a healthy life. Don't do drugs or alcohol. Alcohol is like the worst drug. I'd say. But you know, don't do cocaine and alcohol in too high doses or too much. Just make good lifestyle choices, be healthy, and get all this out, because it can be bad. And I think every man has this bad person inside of them. To be completely honest, we shouldn't overestimate ourselves. We shouldn't tell ourselves that, oh no, I'll never beat anyone up. I'm just too nice for that. I'm a nice guy. I will never break the remote controller. I will never do any of that, because before we even know it, we're doing it. We have a fucking meltdown and we do some stupid shit. So we need to just always do whatever we can to just have a calm and relaxed and sort of zen mindset, you know. Work out, meditate, sleep well, don't drink too much alcohol, just, you know, things like that. And so again, it's all these sort of lifestyle choices that we have to make to get even higher than the sort of NoFap mountaintop, I guess you could call it. Then you have after the NoFap mountaintop, you have the root of a new mountain, which is called the healthy diet mountain, right? So you get on top of the healthy diet mountain. And then after that, you just stop drinking coffee and drink alcohol. I don't know, like, it's up to you, but you need to always just remind yourself that, okay, I'm on a sort of plateau right now, so I need to do something to get higher up. And that's what I've done, kind of subconsciously, kind of automatically, just gravitated towards more healthy food. And yeah, it makes me feel absolutely amazing. that's really all I have for you guys today. This video got a little longer than it needed to be, but that's me. I like to talk. So see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.